Hi, I'm Nancy Mansell, coming to you from CNM Behind the Glass. Over the course of this week, you'll be learning everything in Chapter 5, including 7 rules for exponents that will be strung out over the first 3 subchapters. So let's review those 7 rules for exponents. Number 1 is called the product rule. X to the third times x to the second is x to the fifth. And the reason for that is that's x to the third, that's x to the second, so you can clearly see that x to the third times x to the second is x to the fifth. We call this the product rule, and it's stated like this. When multiplying powers with like bases keep the base, add the exponents. Let me say that again. When multiplying powers with like bases keep the base, add the exponents. Our second rule is called the power rule, and that has to do with raising a power to a power. The way I want to state that one is when raising a power to a power, you're going to have an exponent in the parentheses and one out of the parentheses. One in, one out, you multiply. Let me show you why x to the third quantity squared is x to the sixth. X to the third squared is x to the third times x to the third. Now look at that one. When multiplying powers with like bases keep the base, add the exponents. So you see why x to the third quantity squared is x to the sixth. Very good. Okay, let's try a new one. This one is called power of a product. The quantity xy squared equals x squared, y squared. What does this remind you of? To me, this reminds me of distributing. Good. Our fourth rule for exponents is called the quotient rule, and it looks like this. The quotient rule says when dividing powers with like bases, keep the base, subtract the exponents. And let me show you why x to the fifth divided by x to the third is x squared. There's x to the fifth divided by x to the third. What do we know about anything over itself is 1. So can you see why x to the fifth divided by x to the third is x squared? All right, our next one is the flip side of this guy. This one's called power of a quotient. Oops. X over y, quantity fourth, is simply x to the fourth over y to the fourth. And again, it's like distributing. We're going to do one more on this video, and then we'll go to the next video for the last one because it's more complicated. This one is called the zero exponent rule, and it says anything raised to the 0 power is 1. So x to the 0 is 1, 7 to the 0 is 1, the quantity negative 7 to the 0 is 1. How about this one? Negative 7 to the 0. Remember what we learned in the last video. You only raise the thing directly to the left of the exponent. So since there's no parentheses sucking that negative sign up to the 7, it's not part of the 7. So this one isn't 7, it's not 1, it's negative 1. Very good. One more of these. Negative 7 times x to the 0. Well, x to the 0 is 1, and negative 7 times 1 is negative 7. And here you have the first 6 rules for exponents. This is called the product rule. This one is the power rule. Power of a product. This one is the quotient rule. Power of a quotient. And finally, the zero exponent rule. Six of the first 7 rules for exponents.